I think entrepreneurship is not about the sector. I think when you want to be an entrepreneur, especially for women, often they make that choice because they want to have flexibility in terms of how they want to run their work and their business. And I think entrepreneurship at the very core is about an idea that responds to a need. So I don't think it is that sector specific. I think in every sector, if you look at pharmaceuticals, there's telemedicine and there's transcribing of services that's available. If you look at, there's games, event management, there is e-commerce and retail. It's the way one considers entrepreneurship, right, okay? But I think healthcare, education, retail, e-commerce, these are obvious media. I think these are obvious choices where there is high growth and very high unmet demand. So I think education and healthcare almost automatically lend themselves to areas where women can offer services. I think childcare and elder care are two areas where women, I think, feel perhaps the pinch of the absence of that service. I think that's an area they can get into. I think health and wellness are areas, but it just depends on what your background is. So, even for two women both looking to start entrepreneurial ventures, if one is a chemical engineer and the other is a fine arts person, then obviously the areas that they will naturally start veering towards will be different. So I think in the absolute standard sense, high growth areas are healthcare, education. The government continues to put money and has very high unmet demand. There is a whole world today which has started to make a science out of entrepreneurship. But I think there is a lot of literature that shows that the way entrepreneurs think and the way business managers think are quite different. So entrepreneurs actually don't wait for the research to get completed. Often you have a gut sense and then you sort of very quickly validate that idea. But the real test of an idea is in testing that idea. It's not in how much research went into it, what people were saying. You'll often find large companies, huge amounts of research, get their decisions quite wrong. So I'm not saying be foolhardy, but I don't think the process is about getting big business plans in place. I think starting out and then taking your idea that seems to have traction and is doing well to a stage where then you can go out and look for venture capital or angel investors is a far better way to approach that business than to actually go out, commit resources and time to putting all of this together. And then in this market, there is no guarantee that you will get funds before you get started. And if you have to get started, then you just might as well get started. It can often start with just, 5 friends who you serve a particular idea, and then it grows into something quite big. If you look at the fantastic successes of the Ritu Kumars of the world, they didn't start with anything. They actually started with making something in their homes that has today grown into an international empire. So I think really it's about taking that first step, and the first step doesn't have to be either resource or effort intensive. When I was growing up or early days of my work, I was always told that people wanted to be entrepreneurs for 2 reasons. Either they couldn't deal with a boss, they couldn't take orders from anybody else and therefore wanted flexibility and independence, or they felt, why should we make money for somebody else? We should make it for ourselves. Neither of those 3 reasons were at all important to me. I have always had wonderful bosses. It wasn't about the money ever. I wasn't doing things for the money. Money was a happy byproduct of what I did. And therefore entrepreneurship for me was really about finding something that I really wanted to do. I stumbled upon something. There was a bunch of people. I've always worked for people as opposed to companies or things. And there was a group of people, and we realized that what we wanted to do, we would have had to do together and start it on our own, and that's how but in the last 5 years, everything that is true of entrepreneurship, putting our houses on, pledging it to get money out of it, not taking a salary, taking the brunt of failure, standing up and getting started again, not losing faith in your larger vision, drawing inspiration from the fact that you're doing something and making that little difference every day. I think all of those things. So while we had our eye on a longer term mission, I think really getting by every day and doing it in a manner that makes you feel like you're doing it right, I think all of that we've seen. But to me, the biggest kick in entrepreneurship is that something that I don't agree with, I have the ability to change. When you work for someone, very often there are things that are happening in your company that you don't really know what to do about because it's somebody else's call. So I think to me that's the biggest kick, that you can actually make opportunities available for lots of people and do it in a manner that you feel good about.